Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a look here at Solana, see what's going on. We're going to talk about this descending trend, this potential resistance range that we're seeing, as well as also support. Not much of it here, honestly, to say. 136, that notoriously strong resistance level in the past, turns support. We're going to see how that holds. Really, it's a simple way to understand it. It's too early to tell. If anybody says they have a definitive direction on this coin, I think you shouldn't trust it. The truth is the market is going down right now, and the trend is down, so you're going to have a larger statistical likelihood of success shorting this coin than you are taking longs, which feels weird to say because 135, what, 2 weeks ago we were at almost we were in the upper 200s. That's crazy. Anyways, this is just how the market is. You kind of got to get used to it. What is also crazy too, and check this out, I discovered this just yesterday. There are imposters now creating accounts with my same exact name, which is a slightly different hashtag or whatever you want to call that on social media, essentially impersonating me. So you're probably getting direct messages from people like this. What they do is they just repost everything that I have on their channel to make it look like it's me. So just know I'm verified, and also I'll never direct message you first or try to solicit you at all. So just know that that is a very real thing. This is the real one here you want to trust. That is me, just so you know. It's always in the link down below. Cool, so let's take a look at the back-end data, kind of see what's going on for Solana and double check, see what's up, because when it comes to liquidation, we saw there wasn't really a ton of it yesterday. Majority of the local liquidation had been swept, but we do take a look here, we can kind of see locally, of course, as per usual, a lot of longs are starting to pile up. And this is standard stuff. Again, it seems sensible, of course, to take a long in this 130 to 135 range, just based on it being a local low, and we've seen the levels, the price action hold this level pretty well. But if Bitcoin does make a run towards that lower 80K range, which is still a possibility, we're going to see Solana potentially run for this 130 to 135 liquidation range. So please note right there on the edge. So this is again just kind of a this is what you don't want to do. These are basically high leverage longs that are just consistently consistently causing these problems. Because if it wasn't for liquidation and so much leverage in the market, I really don't think we'd see such volatility. So anyways, that's just kind of how it goes. But the best way to know it is here is if you zoom out and you kind of look up, there is some liquidation at about 147 to 150. Okay, so would you happen to get above 145? It would make sense to see 150 as the next potential area. Okay, so 150 and then 130 are kind of those two areas of above and below for liquidation. Liquidation delta is starting to taper off, which is refreshing to see, but it is also still very strong to the downside. So what do? Do you take longs in the face of everyone else taking shorts? Are you going to be like that hero? Are you going to do a hero play and maybe post online as to how great you are with your phenomenal entry on a long position with Solana? Don't be one of those persons, folks. It doesn't make any sense. The statistics here again are against you if you're trying to take longs right now. That's all there is to it. And this is all the more reason why market makers will probably pump the price. That's exactly how it goes. But statistically, you're going to find less success taking longs than shorts in the market right now, even though shorts are inherently more risky. So I'm not proposing you take a short at support either. Trust me. That's generally why you want to just wait for the price action to kind of work itself out before you do anything. So anyways, those are just my strategies, my thoughts here. I'm kind of just hanging out on the sidelines watching the show, eat my popcorn and just having a good time without losing money. And I think everyone should be doing something like that for the moment because we truly don't know where the market's going to go. Add your spot bags, that's fine. I got in heavy at the 135, 136 range for Solana, and just as I did with 160. As the price goes down lower, my limit orders on my spot bag go higher. Okay, higher is in value. I keep adding more the lower we go. Anyways, that's just me personally. I recommend, of course, investing in whatever coins you feel are going to be good investments. 135 and 142 are open interest areas. These are areas that people have the most amount of positions right now. So we are just above support at 135, roughly, but we're also below resistance at 142. That's how it should be construed because open interest, there's usually a lot of exit liquidity in those ranges. So if we get back up to 135, right now we got up to 142, people are going to want to sell their position because they're just going to break even and get out of their position. Okay. So anyways, daily time frame here, we can see a pretty significant fair value gap. So if we do end up breaking free from this tentative descending trend, the short-term descending trend line, which I have on the charts here, I'll update our playout chart in our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. But keep in mind here, this fair value gap is upwards of 166. So I do think that if we were to break this local range of just say 142, 143, there may be a run of sorts to this 160, 165 range. That was a previous support range for us, if you recall correctly, or if I recall correctly, if you remember. That is essentially an area that we'll probably see that happen. So in other words, there's a fair value gap exists here. They're commonly going to get filled at some point. Is it going to be today or tomorrow? Maybe. It's hard to say, but until we get above this descending trend here and start establishing higher highs and higher lows, and Bitcoin literally stops pulling back, we're going to be in a much better position to be able to do that. Okay. Between now and then, there's nothing here telling us it's worth taking along. In fact, we're still under 30 on the RSI. It's generally construed as a no buy zone. And if you saw my video from yesterday, you'll know that this is a signal for you to understand that you shouldn't close your short, because your short position should still be in profit and you have more profit to be taken to the downside. So anyways, from a bigger picture swing trading perspective, there's no reason to take a long. And again, I sound like a broken record. I get it. I have to say it over and over and over again so people can learn it and understand it, though, because some people will either fast forward to the end or they're just going to consistently be hearing what they want to hear. If you're going to hear anything, hear me now. Do not take a long position. I don't care if it shoots up to 160 tomorrow. Well, what's it matter? You're profitable on a high risk trade. Are you really going to be happy about sleeping at night knowing that you're doing things you're not supposed to do? I don't know. I'm not a teenager anymore, so that doesn't excite me. But again, to each your own. So 4-hour time frame, we are underneath all moving averages, generally construed as a no buy zone. You don't buy in this area. We're also still maintaining really close to 30 on the RSI. Some would consider that a pivot point, which it is in a lot of ways. It's still not an ideal place to take a long. It implies that there's too much selling pressure and that it's not a viable option. Same thing with MACD here. It's trying to converge, but typical MACD FU, where you should get a convergence, but the price keeps going lower. So there's nothing here as well. So honestly, we can go to the hourly and see there's nothing to confirm that we're in good shape either. So the truth is, this is a very, very bearish situation, and there's absolutely no reason to take a long. And honestly, I don't even think a short's viable, even though the price will probably continue to run a little bit lower. Obviously, depending on how Bitcoin performs, we're going to be in a position right now where the price should bounce, but it also more likely to run too. And shorting at support is never a great idea. You wait until that level is broken first with a bearish backtest. Okay, cool. Hopefully that makes sense. I described it correctly. I'm sorry if it's not what you're looking for, and if you're passionate about this coin, it sucks that it's down right now. Sure, I get it. But I think this coin will recover in time, and honestly, it's just the market's trash right now, and you gotta respect that. So be very careful taking trades. That's all there is to it. I would recommend just hanging out on the sidelines and not trading for a little while. It's not that difficult. Okay. Hopefully you learned something today. Comment below, like, subscribe, follow if you haven't already. Join us over at Bitunix too, folks. Awesome exchange. Link down below between now and March 14th for some nice deposit rewards there for this time frame. And if you have any questions or concerns, you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site. Link down below. We'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.